I've protested this outwardly to the world for quite some time, that we're going here. There's no one can stop us. And I'm telling you, every time you weave it into reality, it brings you some power. You got to learn how to grasp this immediately. Your blood is the most powerful substance in the universe. If it's not beside my own, you're legally dead. You have no blood to spill because you're already dead. You can't possibly be in the book of life. You have no blood of your own to put up. You would have to murder an animal to get their blood, or murder your own children to get their blood. No, just pinprick your thumb, or when next time you have a boo-boo, rub some of your blood on there. It's just, have the paper already written out. Get your fucking, I mean, it's so simple. There is no way to fuck it up. And if you say this is evil, evil is when good people do nothing. They just sit there and watch those the shit get. I mean, just I've seen enough, and I've seen so much now that if I don't spell shit out for people, they'll never get it. They don't know why they're bowing their head in prayer, why they sit in a pew, why it's a dung beetle and astrolite. It's a black hole coming out of the asshole of the earth. You know, everything you speak is shit. You're supposed to be on telepathy, and it's all shit. And like I said, there is no way to fuck this up. So really, this is the bulk of the stuff that I wanted to get out. That was, when you go see the Prince of Darkness channel, you see it says, I set it up a year ago. It's now in full circle, and look I feel comfortable saying this type of stuff, like, I'm the Antichrist, look at the sun, that's Jesus, it's programming. You know, I can feel it, I can see it, and you need to attach yourself to this. It's that you're capturing, when people can't tell if you're one or the other, that's where it needs to be. You need to walk down the center. It's like, I'm not Jesus, I'm the fucking Antichrist, and that, you know what I mean? It's like I'm capturing both. I'm using both sides of my brains. Now I'm a real sorcerer. I can see shit nobody can see. I know how to apply it. And now I mean, I can really do some real powerful works now for the benefit of all, because I see how to do this. And I'm telling you, it is this simple. Everything you do is an act. How was your performance at bed last night with your wife? Or at school today? Or at work? How was your performance driving? Whatever it is, it's you're performing. You're performing everything you do. Which way will you go? You're a witch, because which way will you go? I'm going to the holy hole. I know where my bread is buttered on, what side my bread is buttered on. You don't know shit. Every time you say God instead of goddess, I assure you, you are not benefiting yourself, because it's that you're birthed into this world through a woman. You'll be birthed out of this world through a woman. I assure you, through the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish, where the goddess Aurora Borealis comes through. It's an Aurora Borealis. Like, I published a video showing Rudolph talking to the Aurora Borealis, and they're showing you a woman, and they show it all to you, rub it in your face. There's no way to screw it up. So really, you need to ground yourself in reality like I am, so that you can start creating shit. You need to learn how to write something out on a piece of paper that's for the benefit of all, and put your blood on it, and watch how the forces of the universe get behind you. Nobody wants to get behind you if you're a piece of fucking shit and you're not here for the benefit of all. And if you don't like my cursing, go watch somebody else's channel, because we are here to wake people up. And we need to shake them and kick them and whatever we have to do. For heaven's sakes, we need to get there before we're dead.
Fucking A.
And listen, like I said, we don't need 100. We don't need 2 million people. We need 144,000 people who are living, not dead corpses. The dead corpses don't have any blood to spill for the benefit of all. They're already dead. They can't possibly put their blood up. They'll say it's satanic or something like that, and that's just crazy. I assure you, you are going to be damned to hell until you do this. You'll be in a loop. Nobody's going to let your ass out of here, because you're a silly human slave. You're here to mine gold. You know nothing of truth.
The wake up.
Ray, and we have a caller that just called in, and our caller is Satan himself. Am I right?
You can call me Prince of Demons.
Is that what I was just informed? Hello?
You can call me the devil. I don't accept money, worship, or advice. It's join me in blood or expire. You know, you need to be public. You need to come back to life right now. You're legally dead. And a cockroach. It doesn't matter what you believe. You're lost at sea. By legal definition, you're a monster. And you have no right to any land. It doesn't matter what you believe. This world is mine. All your leaders swear in the Bible. 2 Corinthians 4:4. I have an heir to my throne. This is my world. You might as well throw in the towel now. It's join me in blood or expire. The Book of Life only has 144,000 names. And you need to make an atonement for whatever sins, you know, you think or think you haven't done, but you think you're sinless, regardless, and animal sacrifice is insufficient. You're going to write out on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release everybody from bondage. Pinprick your finger or wait for your next boo-boo at work, a paper cut, or you're on your construction site and you whatever. You spill a little blood over those words, and you videotape it, and you publish it with the title on YouTube, right beside my own and your blood brethren, with the title Blood Over Intent, the tag Blood Over Intent, and the description. And you'll be ripped from the book of death, and you'll appear in my book of life. Nobody enters this house before me. Look it up. I have the spear of destiny. And he who holds the spear of destiny holds the fate of this world. Nobody has to like me. You're either here for the benefit of all, or your creator is going to kill the crew and replace it. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
no, yeah,
okay.
that's
Well,
awesome.
We
I love
just jumped right in there. Well,
I love it. I love it.
For all of
Let
our
me lay it out a little
listeners,
bit.
But we have a comment right now saying,
Yeah.
this guy sucks. Is this show about Satanism? What the fuck? So this is exactly the comment that
Hold
just
on.
came in.
Listen. Can I respond to that? Jesus
Yeah.
has Christianity and all those people after he was dead on the cross. I'm living. You can't have Satanism. I'm not dead. Nobody can worship my dead body. The angel of death is my blood brother. You will join me in blood publicly on the YouTube to bring forth heaven on earth, or you will expire. It's heaven on earth as it is in heaven. Nobody escapes me, not even your filthy God. I've already chopped off your motherfucking God's head off. For heaven's sake, don't you dare say God loves you. God bless you. You'll hear, we shall die and reverse.
Yeah. Yes.
Get to my
Yes.
shit.
Exactly.
See, you got to watch what you say. You went to grammar school to learn your book at the dead school. You're a grammar school.
I
Yeah,
don't.
your kids is-
Let me interrupt for 1 second. Let me interrupt for 1 second, because you and I is our first interjection, our first time meeting, and I will fill you in on a couple of things on my end in a second. But I think for a lot of our listeners, not everyone is spiritually up to speed. You know, there are people who are just becoming spiritually up to speed. So I get the talking power blast is cool with me, but what?
It would suit you well to get a grip on the idea. There's only 144,000 in the Book of Life. And
124,000 what?
That many, 144,000 names are sealed until
Yeah,
the first person opened it up with his blood, which was my gallons of blood that I put up, in blood to open up this Book of Life. And what I'm saying is that I'm telling you, I have all the eyes to see what the fuck is going on. And it's a Book of Life for a reason. And it was sealed until I opened it up with my own blood. Like my father said, I stepped in a big, giant pile of shit, and now all of us smell of it. And I'm telling you, it's a Book of Life for a reason. You're either blood up, shut up, you're alive.
Well, I already blood up, shut up. So I already did that. All right, so I already did that. I did the blood up, shut up, so I don't need to shut up.
Right.
But what I'm saying is if we're going to have our listeners be able to go somewhere, I don't think that we need to, is there a way to share knowledge without being, so punch in the face?
You know what? I really didn't have much time to stay on the show. There was a couple things I wanted to cover, which was that everybody's legally dead. Okay? They're legally dead. Cockroaches. They're monsters. It doesn't matter what anybody believes. This is my world now. You will join me in blood or expire. Now, I know you're blood thick with me. I don't have much time here, but I'm telling you, I'm going to get out of here alive. And I'm not taking anybody's money, worship, or advice. I'm going to leave the way I pay for everything. You give me a little bit of time to cook this frog slowly, and I'm going to wake up the world and save everybody. Somehow, miraculously.
Me too. But I'm doing the same thing.
That's right. So let's get a couple of things out to your listeners before I cut out. No one escapes us. This is by divine order. It's by the book. Like your leaders swear in the Bible by the book. It's everything by the book. There's nothing outrageous going on here. Everybody knows I only accept blood. Remember, only the devil hides his intent. If I put up my blood over my intent and published it, and everybody else is going to do it, there's a Book of Life. You'll see your creator is watching through the Eastern net. That's alchemy. Your blood is the philosopher's stone. This is not up for debate. If there ever was a Satan or a devil out there, you can't find one person standing out there with published contracts, people to bring forth heaven on earth and release. It's been blown out of the water. It's not up for debate. So, like I'm saying, For your listeners, I love, I hate to say I love you because when you say that, when you hear it backwards, it says, we will die. It's fucking crazy. I worship you. I worship you. I freaking worship you. I'll crown everybody else first, and I'll be the only person in the whole fucking place that will never wear a crown. And I'll always bow before you. You can never bow before me. That's why Satan was thrown out of heaven, because he wouldn't bow before God's creation. I assure you. Nobody will ever be able to bow before me. I'll be the only one who will be allowed to bow in the kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? So,
I understand. It sounds better now. Like it's more.
Eternal life, nobody enters the house of living waters before Satan. That's everything's by the book. 144,000 elect go there. We drink the living waters and come back here with seeds. We plant these giant trees, free everybody from bondage. It's very, very simple. It's not about money. People can get their head out of the gutter. I'm not, thinking like a slave, even though I go to work as a plumber and do slavery, and I publish my paycheck with my blood on that paycheck and my intent for the world to see. My boss knows what I do. Everybody knows who I am and what I do. I'm all published. My address, my paycheck, absolutely everything. Nobody can even comprehend. If anybody could even throw any shit at me, you can't. I'm here for the benefit of all, to release you from bondage.